next verses in Luke say, "And he said also to the people, when you see a cloud rise out of the west, immediately you say, there comes a shower, and so it is. And when you see the south wind blow, you say, there will be heat, and it comes to pass. You hypocrites, you can discern the face of the sky and of the earth. But how is it that you do not discern this time?" That is very similar to a passage in Matthew 16. Right after he fed the 4,000, the Pharisees and the Sadducees came to him. They asked him a sign, and he said, Matthew 16:2, "When it is evening, you say, it will be fair weather, for the sky is red. And in the morning it will be foul weather today, for the sky is red and lowering. O you hypocrites, you can discern the face of the sky, but can you not discern the signs of the times?" I was thinking of combining these two sets of verses. However, they're pretty different. In Matthew, he's saying if the sky is red in the evening, right, it will be fair weather. It will be okay. There won't be a storm or whatever. In the morning, if the sky is red and lowering, scowling, or threatening, you'll say it will be a storm or foul weather. I could combine that because he's talking about the weather still, but very different. When you see a cloud rise out of the west, you say, there comes a shower. Still the weather, but something else. When the south wind blows, there will be heat. The biggest difference between these two is the context. In that same verse, it's saying, he said to the people. And he is involved in a very long speech, so you'd think it's the same group of people he was just speaking to. But like I said in Matthew 16, it is specifically the Pharisees and the Sadducees. And this is right after he fed the 4,000. So it says he went into the coasts of Magdala. And it doesn't say that there's a crowd there. So because of those reasons, I'm not going to combine them. However, the next verses in Luke, (57 and 58), "Yea, and why even of yourselves judge you not what is right? When you go with your adversary to the magistrate, as you are on the way, give diligence that you may be delivered from him, lest he hale you to the judge, and the judge deliver you to the officer, and the officer cast you into prison. I tell you, you shall not depart from there till you have paid the very last mite." That's similar to something in the Sermon on the Mount, Matthew 5:25 and 26. "Agree with your adversary quickly while you are in the way with him, lest at any time the adversary deliver you to the judge, and the judge deliver you to the officer, and you be cast into prison. Verily I say to you, you shall by no means come out of there till you have paid the uttermost farthing." These verses, however, I do want to move from the Sermon on the Mount to here, because the context is just what Jesus says. It doesn't say, yes, it does say, again, the Sermon on the Mount is here on the mountain, but because there are so many other portions of the Sermon on the Mount that I'm convinced are from elsewhere, I'll move this one as well, since it's so similar. And before that, I'll put the verses from Luke. "And he said also to the people, when you see a cloud rise out of the west, immediately you say, there comes a shower, and so it is. You hypocrites, you can discern the face of the sky and of the earth, but how is it that you do not discern this time?" Now, these sets of verses in Luke begin with, "Yea, and why even of yourselves judge you not what is right? Then, when you go with your adversary to the magistrate, as you are on the way, give diligence that you may be delivered from him." Matthew just begins with, "Agree with your adversary quickly." Similar to give diligence that you may be delivered from him. So these verses in Luke I'll add all by themselves. "Yea, and why even of yourselves judge you not what is right?" When you go with your adversary to the magistrate. I think I could put that first. I know that Matthew does have, while you are in the way with him. This would set up the scenario first. When you go with your adversary to the magistrate, agree with him or give diligence somehow while on the way. So I will put Luke first. When you go with your adversary to the magistrate, agree with your adversary quickly. I don't want to have with your adversary twice. Maybe I could put him in here somehow. Give diligence that you might be delivered from him. While you're on the way with him. Yeah. I can get rid of with him and then just put him in place of your adversary so that it's not annoyingly repetitive. When you go with your adversary to the magistrate, agree with him quickly while you are in the way. And Luke has as you are, all in italics, so I could just leave them out. In the way. So, in the way is both. Lest he hail you. Okay, Luke has it a little bit changed in the order. Give diligence, similar to agree with him. That you may be delivered from him. So I think these I should add at the end. Agree with him quickly while you are in the way, and then before, lest any time the adversary deliver you. I could have that you may be delivered from him. Maybe I could put give diligence and agree with him quickly, lest he hail you to the judge and the judge deliver you to the officer and the officer. Yeah, if I can get an and. So I'm going to take one of those ands from Luke and I'll put it in here, and I'll just have and by itself from Matthew. So give diligence is Luke. I'll explain the address where the and comes from. Give diligence and agree with him quickly. While you are in the way, now from Luke, that you may be delivered from him.